You're listening to The Chris Carlisle Show, hosted by me, Chris Carlisle. Hey, how's it going? Hope everyone had a nice Thanksgiving and got to spend it with your families. On this week's show, I want to tell you about some of the places I've been to in San Antonio, like the Alamo, the San Antonio Zoo, and the Institute of Texan Culture. I first went to the Alamo back in 1983. The last time I went was in 2017. It was one of the early Spanish missions and was established in 1716 as Mission San Antonio de Valero. It was built to educate the American Indians who had become Christians. Now, it got its name of the Alamo in the early 19th century when it became a fortress housing the 2nd Company of San Carlos de Parras military unit. The Battle of the Alamo took place in 1836. 100 Texans, including Colonel William Travis, former Tennessee Congressman David Crockett, and James Bowie, held out for 16 days before being overrun and killed by the Mexican army. It was used several times over the years by the Texian, Mexican, and American armies. The chapel was sold to the state of Texas, and they did tours but didn't try to restore it. The Daughters of the Republic of Texas became the custodians of the site in 1905 after a law was passed by the legislature. The Texas General Land Office took control in 2015. The Alamo is on the registries for several historic site registries, including the UNESCO World Heritage Site, the U.S. National Register of Historic Places, the U.S. National Historic Landmark, the U.S. National Historic District Contributing Property, and the Texas State Antiquities Landmark. It has received over 4 million visitors as of 2002. They're having the Christmas Parade in Rosebud on Thursday. It's sponsored by the Rosebud Chamber of Commerce and Agriculture. It'll be at 6 o'clock, and then you get pictures of Santa Claus during the chili supper at the Methodist Church Hall. Next to San Antonio Zoo. First went to the San Antonio Zoo back in 1986 and only again in 2003. It opened on May 13th, 1914, and it's 57 acres wide and has 750 species. And is accredited by the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. Exhibits include Africa Live, which lets guests experience Lake Tanganyika and Lake Malawi. Guests can watch the hippopotamus, now a crocodile, and African cichlids through underwater viewing windows. Also in Africa Live are the Angola colobus, okapi, African wild dog, rock hyrax, Moana monkey, and various species of bird. In African savanna, visitors are taken through a rocky area expanse backed by natural limestone walls. The African plains is across from the savanna, and it hosts a number of animals including the zebra, ostrich, marabou stork, sitatunga, and waterbuck. Visitors can now feed the giraffes. Visitors can also observe the white rhinoceros and guinea fowl. As you continue up the hill, the zoo has cheetahs as well as smaller animals like the dik-dik and bachelor eagle. When visitors are down in the plains, they go straight to Big Cat Valley. As you head back down the hill, you'll see addaxes, Nama gazelles, warthogs, giant anteaters, bush dogs, lions, and Sumatran tigers. Another exhibit is Neotropica. It has South American plants and animals, and the zoo's main watery makes up a large part of Amazonia. The jaguar habitat is in Amazonia. Amazonia is also home to New World monkeys, including golden lion tamarins, golden-headed lion tamarins, Panamanian white-faced capuchins, and white-faced sakis. Other animals are the yellow anaconda, Cuvier's dwarf caiman, Serbia's short-tailed, Ceba's short-tailed bat, and the king vulture. Cat grottos is a cave-like area for visitors to walk through. It has the zoo's smaller cats, such as a fishing cat, black-footed cats, spotted leopards, and a caracal. It also has a few mammals that look like cats, like the ring-tailed cat, bassa, and a northern tree shrew. The grottos is near the entrance and has several grottos that has the zoo's two bear species, the spectacled bear and the American black bear, as well as the spotted hyena. The zoo's northern white-cheeked gibbon exhibit spans the quarry wall in the Asian forest. The gibbons have plenty of ropes to climb on, and they stay high above, while a family of Asian small-clawed otters plays in the river below. Nearby, there's also exhibits for a Komodo dragon and a troop of Francois lingers. The Hickson Birdhouse is a fully enclosed round building with glass front enclosures that display a wide variety of bird species from around the world. And there's a small island in the middle of a rotunda planted with trees and shrubs containing a small pond. The free-flight birds stay there and sometimes venture out into the open to explore. There's also a spot for kids called Nature Spot where they can explore and discover, and has features for exhibits for the yellow mud turtles, lesser anteaters, nine-banded armadillos, and squirreled monkeys. Richard Frederick Aquarium, opened in 1948, is home to an array of both freshwater and saltwater animals. The Wedding Amphibia has the Jobs amphibian collection, including frogs, toads, salamanders, and succulents. Next is the Institute of Texas Culture. The Rosebud Chamber of Commerce is having a Christmas house decorating contest for residents on Saturday, December 17th at 6:30 p.m. Nominations need to be turned in by Friday, December 16th at 5 p.m. All displays have to be turned on and functioning to be judged. Well, that makes sense. Prizes are $75 for first place, $50 for second place, and $25 for third place. For more, you can check out their Facebook page at www.facebook.com/rosebud.chamber. My senior in high school, I went to San Antonio again. On a school trip, I was in the Spanish club, and one of the places that we went to was the Institute of Texan Culture. It's located in the Texas Pavilion at the Hemisphere Park in downtown. It gives voice to those from around the world who call Texas home, just like me. It opened as the Texas State Exhibits Pavilion during the Hemisphere celebration in 1968, a few days after the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The University of Texas system took over the ownership to continue serving as a platform for diversity, multiculturalism, and education. The Ministry of Control was assumed by the University of Texas at San Antonio in 1973 and became part of the campus in 1986. On that same trip, we also went to Fiesta San Antonio, Mission Concepcion, where we attended Mass, and Malibu Grand Prix, and we also ate at a Mexican restaurant downtown. I've also been to SeaWorld a few times. The first time I went was in 1991. I was working at HEB at the time, and the employees got passes to the park. I was working at HEB in Temple, Texas. SeaWorld had opened in 1988. I also went in 1994 and 2017. When I went the first time, the park was hosting the Iron Kids Triathlon sponsored by Rainbow Bread, and we got to see the kids finish the race. Mom drove. She also drove in 1994. I drove in 2017. Mom passed away 2 years ago this coming January. I've also been to Ripley's, believe it or not, Fiesta, Texas. Went on a sightseeing tour of downtown on a double-decker bus, and I went to the Mission San Jose this past spring. Before Thanksgiving, Speaker asked on his Twitter feed what his users were thankful for. I replied that by being able to do this podcast, I'm getting to resume the broadcasting career that I thought I was starting when I went to work for KCRM Radio in Cameron back in 1989. But of course, after I went off the air, I never was able to get on anywhere else at another station. If you listen to this podcast, you may find out why. And they liked it. Speaking of Twitter, you can follow me at ccarl1029. Now, I disconnected my YouTube channel at Chris Carlisle's channel because I was hoping to be able to do a video version as well as an audio version, like the pros do. After I filmed myself with my camera on my laptop, when I put it in queue on a Power Director, it sounded like one of those old Kung Fu movies where the English dub over isn't exactly right with what their other lips are moving. Or something like that. Anyway, be sure to check out the website for the podcast on onpodium.com. It's the Chris-Carlisle-1.onpodium.com. And before I start recording, I reconnected my YouTube to be able to hear this podcast on there as well. Now, next week, I'll tell you about some of the toys I got for Christmas as a kid. That was back in the 70s. Until then, have a good day. Hi, I'm Chris, and thank you for listening to my podcast, The Chris Carlisle Show. The Chris Carlisle Show is available on Spreaker. Please leave a like and a review, and also a follow. It's also available on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Podchaser, and Podcast Addict. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.